Hi everyone. So as you can see, Sunshine is doing some training today. This video and all the videos in this video are from June 14th, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of an insight into what sort of training we are doing with Sunshine right now, because we haven't really been keeping up on taking good videos for you guys, and that's mostly just because Michaela's been doing a lot of stuff on her own just because she's getting better with dog training. So a lot of it is me teaching her and then her teaching Sunshine. But also another part of it is she has a full-time job now and I have a job, and I'm, going to be getting back in school pretty soon at the same time. So it's just a lot. So here we are at the mall, and we are actually by the kids' play place because Sunshine is working on her ability to work super well around children. In Michaela's job, she does sometimes work around children, and it's really important that Sunshine be able to focus and continue to do her job so that Michaela can effectively do her job. So a lot of what we do here is very similar to how we desensitize to having, our dogs be dog neutral, which if you guys have seen our videos, you've definitely seen it a couple times. We start off with just laying down and expecting focus. So Sunshine would lay down, and anytime that she looks at Michaela, Michaela will click and treat, give her a reward, praise, let her know that what she's doing, ignoring whatever the stimulus is and looking at Michaela is what she should be doing. You can take it to a little bit of a higher level where you correct when she looks at the other thing, or if she's hyperfixating on whatever stimulus you're trying to get her to be neutral around. That's sort of another step above just catching the behavior. But we then would process into just walking around it and being able to focus while healing around the object or the stimulus. And then the last step, like for us here where we are at, is Sunshine being able to perform all of her tasks and commands while, being in view of that object and being able to distract herself with it. But as you can see here, Sunshine is doing really well at not having any distractions or any issues with focusing on Michaela while she's giving her those commands, and it's going super well. Now, obviously, Sunshine is going to need to still work on this for a while. She does look up sometimes to sort of check in on the kids who are making noise. I obviously have muted the sound, but they are over there making noise and playing very loudly. So Sunshine is definitely getting a little distracted, but she is doing very well, and in comparison to where she was a couple months ago, this is definitely a great spot. So we are going to continue working on this in a bunch of different ways. We don't just use mall play places. And if we do notice that a child is afraid of dogs, we will immediately leave the area and just try again another time or try another spot. We definitely don't want to stress out any kids. So we try mall play places. We also try playgrounds, like the playground near her house Sunshine has been training at for a long time, so we will go there. There's also other places too, so, there's just got to find ways to make it work. Now you can see that Sunshine is placed at a distance away from Michaela, and this training that we're focusing on right now here in this clip is a little bit harder to explain. Sunshine needs to work on her distance tasks and her distance commands, and what that means is Sunshine needs to be able to change positions or do a command from a distance. And this is because of what Michaela does for work, and also because it's just a standard that I have for my dogs because it helps keep them safer. So right now, Sunshine is holding a place command while Michaela is out there doing something else, distracting, walking out of sight, whatever. And Sunshine is expected to hold that command until Michaela gives her another command or tells her that she can break. Otherwise, we do have other commands that we do at a distance, like sit, stand, and then from standing, we would have her stay while Michaela walks away and then ask her to place from a distance. And we would expect her to be able to do that place where she is instead of walking closer to Michaela before she does it. Now, this is another one here where Sunshine definitely does still struggle with this, and we've been working on it for quite a while here. But that might just be because it's something that she doesn't get to work on super often. Elevators are pretty hard for Sunshine. She has a hard time laying down and remaining calm, or standing and remaining calm. You can see Arlo's just kind of standing there, not really doing anything, but Sunshine will either stand up and sort of try to pace around, but know that she's not supposed to, or she'll lay down and just kind of, that the tension is high. She also tends to immediately when the doors open try to walk out, which obviously she's not supposed to do that, but she thinks that she's supposed to get out at, you know, the first stop that it makes, which is obviously not what's supposed to happen. So we try very hard to work on that as much as we can, but obviously it's pretty hard. So here we are working on it. I wanted to make sure that we got some time to work on it, but we didn't get as much as I wanted, so hopefully we get a chance to work on it again soon. It's definitely something she's making improvements with. It used to be worse, but it isn't at the point that I want it to be just yet. Now, of course, this is something we've worked on for a long time, is just being able to walk through food spaces. So this is a mall food court. We need to make sure that Sunshine's able to walk through this while being completely neutral and focused on Michaela. Even when people are eating food or food is being prepared, she needs to be able to keep tasking and follow commands when requested, obviously. So that is something that we're definitely working on. It's gotten, you know, to a point of I'm pretty happy with it, but we need to keep working on it to get it there. Now, this clip, which I am just gonna let play, is Michaela and Sunshine going through Sunshine's training cards, which are a big stack of flashcards that Michaela basically has memorized at this point, that have Sunshine's tasks, skills, and commands on them. Tasks include things like the different things that she does for Michaela to actually help with her disability, such as deep pressure therapy or different interruptions and alerts. And commands include stuff like sit, place, heal, that kind of stuff. And skills include things like backup, which you saw at the beginning of this clip, and other stuff similar to that, like leave it. So we are doing this in front of the small animal cages, but, you know, pretty far back, so it shouldn't be bothering them too much. But at the pet store. So it provides a little bit of that prey distraction, and Sunshine has like pretty much aced this, so this is why we decided to do the whole list of commands here, because this is not something Sunshine's really struggles with anymore. But we wanted to make sure that we're continuing to prove her prey animal neutrality. Now, this clip here, as I mentioned earlier in the video, we do work on dog neutrality pretty often, especially around younger dogs, just because that's sort of what we have access to at these pet stores. So we will walk around and do healing practice and focus practice around these dogs. There was not really a huge space to do any sort of like command practice or what we normally do in that situation. So we did not do that today. We took a step back and worked on the healing and focusing, which is totally fine. She, still gets positive, situation and positive occurrence from that, which reinforces the behavior. So that's totally fine. So we did work on that quite a bit this day, and just, working on seeing some progress with it. Also, if you will see, Michaela is actually doing her little action that she'll do to elicit a task that Sunshine does, which is like hand scratching, nail picking, just like messing with the skin on her hands is something that Michaela does a lot. And Sunshine is trained in interruption for that. But recently she's been struggling with being able to do that while walking and with distractions around. So Michaela is giving that cue and waiting for a response from Sunshine, waiting for her to do the interruption. But she is a little too distracted to do it. So what that tells me is that we need to do this sort of thing more often and make sure that we're maybe stepping back a little bit and Michaela is sitting down and doing it in front of the other dogs and, eliciting that response. Or we're walking in heel and she elicits that response without the dogs there. So removing one of the factors so that eventually we can get both of them perfect separately and then we can bring them back together and it'll go significantly better. Overall, this session was super productive. We went to a lot of different places that had her problem areas, and I think that we got a lot done during this session. We definitely worked on a lot of stuff that we've been meaning to work on for a while. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that I can make some more content that you guys are interested in. Leave whatever you're wanting to see on my channel in the comments, and I will take a look and hopefully make something similar soon. Bye!